Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey, hey, hey. How you guys doing? Hey, Spitting Fire. You coming in? Hey guys. Hey guys. How you guys doing? Hey guys. Hey, 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 hey. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome. Hey sis.
Oh, hold on, let me take you off. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I had another channel. How you doing? You
I'm
ain't been
good.
on all day. I've been gone all day and you ain't been on all day. No
No,
notifications.
I was taking a break for a minute, trying to get my mind together before tomorrow, you know.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. I was like, ain't nobody on today. Everybody's so quiet on these internet streets. I was like, it is so quiet. I get it. I get it. Everybody nervous.
Yeah, just
And,
prayerful. That's all I've been
and
prayerful.
prayerful and shaking. I get it. I understand. I understand. And you got, people out here, saying things and it's crazy. I get it. I was just coming on here to tell you hi. Cause I ain't,
Hi.
yeah, cause you ain't been on. I normally get a notification, and I just got a notification. I said, this better not be a delayed notification. And then I said, oh, she just came on. I said, finally. They done gave me a notification right on time.
Yeah, they probably was waiting for me to come on too.
Hmm. They finally they gave a notification right on time.
Yeah.
But shoot, I was watching TV, chilling all day today. I was happy to be off the internet streets for a couple of days.
Hmm.
I may take a couple more days off. It's hard. I'm
So
just
nobody's on
tired.
tonight?
Uh,
Nobody's on?
I
Nobody's on
was
tonight?
watching other YouTubers all day today. Not even on this sector. I
Oh.
was watching other YouTubers all day today and TV. Child, I was chilling.
Mm, mm, mm.
I didn't want to really do much, nothing, or whatever.
Nobody's on?
No, no, nobody really on.
I guess
Oh,
everybody's
guess
sleeping
the
trying
judge
to.
probably gonna sit up there and say, probably going to say something tomorrow since it's opening statements and things.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know what I'm saying? They're opening tomorrow, and we'll know what the outcome in 3 or 4 weeks, right? Because ain't it about 4 week trial.
Hmm. And every Friday she's off with the exception of this Friday. She's doing a half a day this Friday.
Who?
Judge Donnelly.
Oh, okay, okay.
Public opinion is not the law. Definitely, we're going to pray for you. She got insomnia. Definitely going to pray for you. Black CEO was on earlier. Oh, tomorrow will start the big day, dear Lord. Dear Lord, we are all asking for victory for Robert Kelly. We pray that he has. Hey, can I get the watch um, charger? Can I use yours? Oh, okay. Sorry, guys.
Hmm.
Hey, Lola. Hey, everybody. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, Dom K. Hey, Elizabeth. Public
Okay,
opinion.
it's not the
Lele.
law.
Facebook user. Okay, Nova. Shannon.
She says she's in New York, can't sleep. Court is in the morning. Yeah.
She can't sleep. I know. I swear. It's like we know this man personally. It's what it is, we've been fighting and putting the word out here for 2.5 years.
And it
And
comes to
now
this.
the trial. And everybody anticipation is like through the roof, through the roof, or whatever it is. We seen people come, we seen people go, we seen people change their mind, flip flop. We seen, we seen we got beat up,
Mm, mm, mm,
called all kind of names, had to fight, go to court. We've been through it all over people we don't know.
mm.
And this case has brought all us together, people who we don't know.
Yeah. So some of us gonna have long lasting relationship with these people, and thank
And then
God for
some,
that.
then others gonna go back on, and we won't know these people again.
And
You
never
know, that's
again.
what you got to think about. Like, even though we know the screen names and things like that, people go on and other channels, and we won't even see these people again
Never again.
or hear from them.
Some of them will change their names, and you never see them again.
Yeah, or some of them just gonna leave. Some of them will change names. Some of them go leave. Even YouTubers,
Hmm.
they're gonna all do their own thing. Like, everybody is not gonna be making it. Everybody was only a content creator for this. They don't have it to be a content creator. Period.
Lady Earth said, "Spitting fire. Why are you talking like you're depressed?
Oh, me? Oh no, it's just late at night. That's all.
Just tired.
Yeah, it's late at night.
My
That's all.
body's tired. Very like. I was
I'm just
hoping that she would
chilling.
put something out already, but oh well.
Well, I read. Did you get my email?
What was
I
your
read
email?
the um. I read the response,
What do you
and
think?
I recorded it, and I sent it back to you just in case you was gonna record it and I wasn't gonna be around this time.
Okay, I want to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck is going up with the spelling and the errors in
What?
the errors in the paper response?
Oh, talk about like the dates and stuff, and the
Not just
spelling,
the date.
and the
It's just
spelling, and then the
the
word,
spelling.
because they were rushing to get that in.
But
They
still,
they were
still,
rushing to get that in. They got it in though. They got it in.
yeah, still. I just for this type of case, I think you need to be a little bit up in a different level because this is not the first time now. Spitting fire. We've been
Well,
reading this a long time now.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
How do you
That's
mess up
true.
the word March?
Yeah, typing. You know what I mean?
You proofread.
And typing and stuff like that. March was messed up a couple of times,
He said he
and
corrected the
indication
errors
or
and amended it.
indicate was messed up
He
because
said
it
it.
wasn't completed.
Yeah, and then she said he said he corrected the errors and amended it.
Oh, he corrected the errors. He probably corrected it, amended it, but he wanted to drop by 12. See what I'm
Um,
saying? Because they had a deadline.
mhm.
So he probably had to hurry up and get
Don
it
said
done.
it's unacceptable. Period. That's the attorney over there. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry,
No,
sorry. No, no
I
attorney,
get it.
Don.
I get it. I get it. But did you see the response though?
Your response?
No, I read it today, this morning.
Yeah, we
I
read
read
it.
it. I was
Don
like,
read it.
but did you see where they was talking about the herpes part? You know who the hell they was talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who they talking about?
Geronda. Mm-hmm.
Yes, they was, child. I
Mm-hmm.
said shit. And all I could think about was when you gave me that when you sent me her posting and she
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to testify. And I thought about her and I thought about them babies and I thought about I thought about that damn response. I said, Lord have mercy. These people know they even got humor even in their emotion.
Mm-hmm.
They was like, "But then the mother can pass it on to her babies then." And I mean, what you think about the response though, besides the grammatical errors?
I think they repeated the same stuff.
Mm.
Give me your opinion on it.
Well, as far as they keep stressing that it's the statute of limitations is up
Which I agree on that one, definitely.
on a lot. Well, that's a lot of those charges. The Mann Act and racketeering.
Hmm.
That's a lot of those charges. So, and the bribery and all of that. So they kept saying the statutes of limitations is up. Like I wanna know what the judge is going to say, because if the statutes of limitations is up and you allow this to come in, then the statutes of limitations on anything doesn't even matter then.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, if they don't put emotion in about the statute of limitation, then she won't talk about it. So now that they're saying something about it, she has to address it. You get what I mean?
Well, yeah, well, they have to address the statute of what I'm saying is, I know that, and
Hmm.
that's their argument. But my thing is, with the law having statute of limitations, what does that say if she allows it in anyway beyond the statute of limitations?
I don't think she's going to allow it in.
That's a lot of the heart of their case, though.
Well,
But
dismiss.
yeah,
That's what I say.
because a lot of the stuff that the government wanted in, she allowed in. But then their reply to that is the statute of limitations again. And one of the parts where they was talking about the New York Department of Health, there was something in what the government said the other day, that they did not address an issue.
I think it was for two and I mean number 11 and 12 or something like that.
No, it was about the herpes situation, that they kind of admitted that, okay, yeah, you right about that. So in that case, the argument is valid on the defense from what I see. Because I think Dom K read it,
Hmm.
but when I went back and read it again myself, I was thinking the very same thing that the defense was thinking. I'm like, well, why wouldn't they
Okay,
argue?
let's play it. What you have. Let's do that. Want to do that so
Oh,
everybody
oh,
can understand what you're talking about?
oh, I'm sorry. I'm
No, no, no,
sorry.
no, no, no. Everybody may not have what you read. Maybe we could play what you read. If
Okay.
you did say I could use it, right?
Yeah, and put your own watermark on it too. Because I just put what I did was I just put my logo in front of it. You know what I mean? To block it out because I didn't have it. I wasn't able to watermark it.
Okay.
So, you know, unless you got a watermark, you
No, I
can.
was gonna play yours. I mean, because your stuff is on there, so nobody can steal your stuff. Don't steal her stuff, people.
Well, it's yours too. That's why I told you to put your watermark on it as well.
Yeah, but you reading it, so it's a good thing about it.
But I already said in the email you can use it and it's yours. So
Okay.
that's already proof you have.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Y'all want to hear it? Y'all gonna hear it anyway, even if y'all don't want to hear it. Spitting fire and being mean, right?
Yes,
Oh, stop.
you always mean.
Uh-uh.
Where's Randa? Randa somewhere fighting?
Uh-uh. Oh, oop. That was a bad one. You still there? Which one is it?
The defense response, the one that they just dropped last night at midnight.
Yeah, which one was it on in your page that you did? What's
Uh,
the
I
title?
I replied to yours in the email.
Oh, I thought you played it on your thing. I thought it was on your page.
No, it's in your email, and
Okay, let me go
go to
in
your
there.
email and see my reply.
Okay. I will go in there right now. All right, I got it right here. Okay, we got it. We got it.
Oh, I just wanted to tell you, Blockbender said he was so proud of you
He did.
on
Tell
your
Block
interview
thank
with what's that
you.
station? NPR.
NPR. He heard it?
Yes, and he was proud of you. He was so happy today.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to hear it.
He heard it and he was
I
like,
didn't
you
hear
know
it.
what he told me? And I
Huh?
know he gonna be like, I ain't tell you to tell her. Well, I'm telling anyway.
What he said?
He
Did you?
said he said his words were to me, I have a newfound respect for Miss Sylvia.
Oh, y'all, did y'all get to hear it? I didn't get to hear it.
I
Oh,
That's what he said. I said, you do? He said, yeah, she
oh.
really held her own.
Thank you, Flock. If you
Yeah.
out there,
And
thank
so, yeah,
you.
he said that, and I know he gonna be like, "You big mouth." I don't care.
At least he heard it. I didn't get a chance. Did you
No,
guys hear
because the
it?
thing of it is, on these internet streets, we need to congratulate each other when it is needed. Because we have, Lord knows, we had enough hate and fight. So
Yeah.
now that we can share appreciation and gratefulness and gratitude and pat somebody on the back for doing a good job, that's what we need. That's what we
Oh,
need.
tell Block
And
thank you.
and
I
I
feel
and I
so.
and I and I'm going to tell that.
Tell Block I appreciate him so much because people on our side has been beating me up, and I was so mad this
It
morning.
doesn't matter. He said that today to me. As Matt, he said, "Come on, I know he gonna be like," and he just yeah, because everybody always go back and tell people what somebody said that's negative. Well,
Hmm.
I'm gonna go back and tell you what somebody said that's positive.
Well, thank you so much. Tell Block I appreciate him so much. I wish I got a chance to hear it. I didn't hear it.
Well,
Anybody else hear it? I was looking for it, but I didn't hear it. Dang.
he told me that today. I said,
Oh, he probably heard it because he's in D.C. because the guy's in Maryland. So they probably heard it out there first.
He was like, man, he was so excited too.
Oh, Block.
Mhm. I told you. I was proud of you too. I said, I
Oh, thank you.
told you. I was so proud.
Thank you. Thank you.
hmm You made the haters even hate you more. No, I'm just joking. Too bad the haters hate you more.
No, they hate me really bad. But thank
Shit.
look, you doing the Kwame, I'm doing the interviews, you good,
Girl,
right?
oh my God, let's not even talk about that side. Lord Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. Shit. I was about to run back over here, child. I was like, what the hell going on?
Thank you, Sir Miguel. Indeed, Sylvia did her own. God has much in store for you. Oh Lord. I'm scared about the what he got in store for me. Lord have mercy. I'm scared.
Mm.
Thank you. Deborah. Deborah says, praise the Lord. Hello, Miss Sylvia and everyone in the chat. I didn't get a chance to hear it, but I know you did well. You can hold on. You can hold your love on evangelist. Yay. Did anybody else hear it? I didn't get a chance to hear it. Daggone it. I want to hear. They played Jim Derogatis. I heard him, but I didn't hear ours.
I want to know, is Jim Derogatis going to testify?
He gonna be there. Will he testify? I don't know, but he's gonna be there. And that lady was there too. Talked on the radio. The Dream Hampton.
Oh, Dream Hampton gonna be there?
She was on the station.
She was on the station.
Hmm. On NPR. Her and Derek August. They
When you was
interviewed them
talking?
too. They interviewed them too. They put theirs up. Well, I guess they probably replay ours later on, but they put theirs up.
They interviewed them first?
I think so.
Good.
I think so.
Good.
But they're gonna be watch when Rob is winning. They're gonna come try to get us.
What?
You know the news gonna try to get flip the trip, flip the what? Flip the
Flip the
strip.
script.
Yeah, yeah.
How they gonna do that?
Because you know how they always want to be in the winning side.
Well, the thing of it is that if this happens, what people fail to realize, this is a black stain, not on just the community, but the black community. There's no winners in this.
Nope,
There is
nope,
none.
nope.
And you got a lot of people who believe these women because of what happened to them. But they won't have the courage to go after
The
who
one that
did
did it
what
to.
to them.
Mhm, mhm. Just
You
like
get what I'm
Deronda.
saying?
Just like Deronda. Did she do that to her uncle and to the cousin
No,
and to the
absolutely
girl
not.
that had raped her? Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Or even even these people on YouTube's like they tell their story about abuse. If this was inspiring you to have strength to do something about it, and they changed a lot of these laws, and all these women going back decades, why you couldn't go back decades?
Hmm,
You get what I'm saying?
hmm,
Why you could tell your story about abuse, but you won't go after who abused you, especially if they're still alive.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that we have to remember. Like, you're not going after who abused you. You're not putting nobody on the spot. You're not doing none of that. And I just think that R. Kelly just played a role for people to have a false sense of satisfaction of or justice of what happened to them, and they using him to replace that uncle that they can't get because they know if they do, it's going to ruin their family.
Mm,
You get what I'm saying? So they
mhm,
put him in that category for him to be punished for him, and that's going to give them a false sense of satisfaction.
mhm, mhm.
And I've always said that. And when I say things like that, they hate me even more because I'm telling the truth.
There you are.
It's one of those things that you're not supposed to speak of as a woman. You're just supposed to go along.
Mhm.
And it is what it is. But I just came on to just say, um,
And tell Block I say thank you, Block.
you know what? Okay. Elizabeth, I haven't heard her part though. I just heard Sylvia's.
Whose part?
Dream Hampton.
Oh, I'm gonna play. I'll play it right now for y'all. Play it right now so you guys can hear. Mm-mm-mm.
And you know what I wanted you to say? I wish you would have known that she was being interviewed because you know what I wanted you to say
Hmm.
about how Charlamagne the God was in that documentary too.
Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't know.
Oh, girl, I would have. I would have laid it on him,
Mm-mm-mm.
especially if I known he interviewed her ass. Oh, girl, I would have ripped their asses to pieces.
Mm-mm-mm.
They knew I would have. Shit, they'd have been like that motherfucker there. They would have. Girl, please. They know who to ask. They would never ask me for an interview. None of them. Shit, they trying to get me off YouTube.
Oh no. All right, I'm gonna share this, y'all. Impress, put out my disclosure, please. My disclosure. Let's play this. Okay, good people. Disclosure, disclosure.
Support for NPR and the following message come from Ford, introducing the Mustang Mach-E. Tap the play button below to hear from Global Brand Director of Electric Vehicles, Jason Castriota, on how his team set out to design an all-electric Mustang SUV that could live up to the expectations of the iconic brand.
R. Kelly, the disgraced former R&B superstar, is in court this week in Brooklyn for the first of 2 federal trials. And we need to take a moment to state in advance that this is, of course, a story that deals with sexual and physical abuse. Now, Kelly faces multiple charges of sexual abuse against young women and girls, as well as trafficking and racketeering. These accusations span decades. We're going to talk to 2 people who have been following R. Kelly for many years. That's Jim DeRogatis, formerly of the Chicago Sun-Times and author of the book Soulless, The Case Against R. Kelly, and Dream Hampton, executive producer of the Lifetime television series Surviving R. Kelly. Welcome to you both.
Thanks, Odie.
Thank you.
Jim, I want to start with you because part of what led to the trial, which is getting underway right in this Brooklyn courtroom, started when the Chicago Sun-Times first published allegations that R. Kelly had engaged in sex with minors. Can you talk a little bit about his status at that time in terms of when the allegations began to surface?
Well, R. Kelly was the dominant voice in R&B for a generation. 100 million albums sold. He was tried once in 2008 after being indicted in 2002 on very narrow charges. One girl, one 14-year-old, on one videotape. She didn't testify, her parents didn't testify, and he was acquitted.
How significant is this moment of him being back in federal court? How is this different from then?
Now, all of these years later, after 30 years of victimizing young, almost entirely black women, he is being charged with his entire 30-year career being a criminal enterprise that enabled him to pursue this sexual victimization of so many young women and to threaten, coerce, and bribe those who bravely spoke out against him. And beyond this trial, there is a second federal case in the wings waiting to start when he's done in Brooklyn, in Chicago.
Dream Hampton, you've actually spoken with so many of these women who have accused him of these abuses over the years. What did they tell you about being believed and about what it was like to try to kind of go up against R. Kelly?
Well, many of them weren't old enough. At this point, his predation, as Jim said, has been going on for 30 years. So this round of women, the women that we featured in Surviving R. Kelly, they vaguely had an idea that he had been once accused of something and acquitted. They thought that there were false accusations against him. This time around, right before our film was about to come out, it was reported that we had to shut down our first screening. And it was because we received a threat that a gunman was actually in the very small theater with all of the survivors.
You just said a gunman.
A gunman, that there was a gun in the theater. NYPD came, told us this. We immediately shut down the screening. So these threats and coercion, intimidation are and were very real.
Jim, I want to know then how R. Kelly's defense team is preparing and planning to present in this trial, which, as you said, is talking not just about the abuse, but the idea that Kelly's sort of circle of people were aggressive in shutting down accusers.
Well, the defense hasn't laid out the case they're going to make, nor has the federal government. They're using the RICO statutes that they would use to go after a mafia boss or a drug lord to say that Kelly has been the head of this criminal enterprise for 30 years, back to the first victims in 1991. They're including in court for the first time charges that he had sexual contact with and illegally married Aaliyah. They have a huge array of 20 Jane Does. It's going to be a fascinating case.
Dream Hampton, for you, at what point in this very long sort of process and scrutiny of R. Kelly did it seem like the pop star went from untouchable to now not just facing sexual abuse charges, but trafficking and racketeering? Is there a moment for you where you feel like there was a shift?
I believe that when he was acquitted in '08, his behavior kind of escalated. At least that's what we found evidence of in Jim's reporting around 2018. He really was beyond the pale, by the time we did Surviving R. Kelly and these women were brave enough to sit before our cameras. I don't think if they'd not done that, if we'd not seen the
Okay,
pain,
Tori, I'm watching this
and
now.
we'd be where we were. I didn't expect Surviving R. Kelly to be this cultural event for Black folks. I mean, I know that we recently looked at the data with R. Kelly around streaming, and he's right back to where he was, before the docu-series came out. So at about 5 million streams a month, I think that we have a larger cultural problem. It's not just a Black one,
She
but R.
jealous.
Kelly is dear almost exclusively to Black audiences.
Both of you have really had a lot of backlash, right? You've experienced a lot of threatening behavior for investigating this. Has that cooled off? Has that changed with the public perception of R. Kelly?
I immediately think of the girls and want to censor them. I mean, of course, I've been dragged and threatened and had to move also, but that's also not nothing compared to what these women have been through and are still going through. I'm sure that they're still being blackmailed. They still need like the resources to begin their healing journey. And I look forward to him beginning, to make restitution.
What are you going to be listening for over the next couple of weeks?
I may follow the trial, but what I will be following is social media. I'll be checking in. It's kind of how we all are measuring the pulse and the heartbeat of our communities. And I care deeply about like what Black music fans, meaning Black people, think about this.
And Jim DeRogatis, what are you going to be listening for, looking for over the next couple of weeks as these trials get underway?
Well, I think the big question at the moment is how many of the 20 Jane Does are going to wind up telling their story in open court. That's unclear. And it's going to be traumatizing. The depth of these federal charges is so extensive, and the evidence that they're going to present over what's supposedly going to be 4 weeks is going to be extensive. I'm ready to have my mind blown, even after everything I've reported over 20 years.
I want to thank both of you for staying with this case and for being willing to share your reporting with us.
Thank you, Audie.
Yeah, all credit really, Audie, to those women who spoke out to Dream and me and a handful of others.
Absolutely.
That was documentarian Dream Hampton and also journalist Jim DeRogatis. They spoke to us about R. Kelly, who stands trial for accusations of sexual abuse and more. Opening arguments in that trial start tomorrow.
Now play yours.
Play mine?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna send mine tomorrow. Let me drop mine in my Dropbox. Hold on, I gotta ask Dallas how to do this Dropbox thing. Oh, me and my phone, I tell you, y'all. Hold on, y'all. So just bear with me a second. I'm trying to learn. Go ahead, speak while I try to figure this out. Spitting fire.
Huh?
Speak while I try to figure this thing out, how to do this.
They can wait.
on this
I'm
computer.
trying to kill this mosquito in
You sound like me and my aunt. I mean, not my
here.
aunt, my
I can't
spider.
stand this because I don't want him biting all on me.
That's the way I was acting with that spider.
Good God. They'll wait. Mhm. Mm-mm-mm. I can't wait. I just wanna, you know. He didn't say nothing about if he was gonna be testifying.
He sure didn't. He said he's gonna be listening to what's happening with them. So
She said, and did you hear her say she gonna be watching social media? Did you hear her say that? Y'all heard her say she gonna be watching social media. I want to know, is that gonna be us? Mm-mm-mm. You know what? I think Rena, I be playing this music a little bit more now too, just to try to keep the thing going. But she talking about some she gonna be watching social media. What you watching social media for? I told y'all they be watching us. You heard her say it out of her own mouth. Well, R. Kelly. Oh, those book deals are going off the shelf. Oh yeah, they are. They coming down. Shit, they ain't selling no damn way. hmm They ain't get them no 6-figure book deals for the shit they said. Spitfire, what will you tell her if she watching right now? I would tell her shame on her, Ivan, if Dream Hampton watching. How dare you say you for helping and letting girls tell their story when you had Charlemagne the God in your uh documentary, where you had Me Too in your documentary, in the same documentary, supposed to be helping little black girls in the neighborhood, and the very girl that Charlemagne raped, which isn't alleged because he pled to a lesser charge, the Me Too lady, yourself, and him was in the documentary taking down one. And shame on you for not vetting these women before you put them in the documentary. And shame on you. okay, for stealing little black girls' narrative who really been victimized and giving it to some disgruntled groupies. Shame on you. Shame on you to go around telling people who don't know R. Kelly and speak on him in a negative light. You should at least have people who has interacted with him only. Shame on you. Shame on you to put all these criminals together to say something bad. Shame on you. That's what I will say. Yep. That's what I will say. That's what I will say. It was going good, Ashley. Thank you very much. It was going good. I would. I would say that. I would. I would definitely say that. I definitely would say that. You know? You're not supposed to just want somebody to go, down because they're a celebrity, you know? Shame on you to know that they ain't tell the truth and you put the documentary out anyway. You are full of shame and you got to live with it. And you might get praise now, but when some things happen along life, you're going to really realize why it's happening. It's just sad that the black community always want to see a falling star. It's sad. It's so sad. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? It is. It's so damn sad and it's shameful. Even like when Bill Cosby was in jail, when he was going through trial, nobody was speaking up. Then when he go get convicted, then you get people come out talking about some free Bill Cosby. Well, why you ain't say all that when he was going to trial? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need you to say that shit now. He already been convicted at the time. You know? That's just what they do. That's what they do. Mm-hmm. What they do. Mm-mm-mm. Where did Sylvia go? She lost her own interview. It's all now. Friday. Mm-mm-mm. Like I said, the black community nervous. Nobody is sleeping. You guys cannot sleep, can you? I'm always up in the middle of the night, but you guys are really stressing yourselves out. You got to get some rest. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Mm-mm-mm. Hey, sweet one. All y'all in the bushes might as well come in too, because y'all can't sleep. I see all y'all up in here this time of morning on a Wednesday. Is today Wednesday? Y'all can't sleep. So you might as well come out the bushes. Hit the like button. I'm playing these movies on this my phone. I swear to God, when you play these movies on your phone, you gotta read a whole script. They made these little games like little movies. Mm, 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 mm.
Been fine.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how to do it, y'all.
What is you trying to do?
I'm trying to do the airdrop, and who an Apple person? You guys know how to do that airdrop? Okay, hold on, airdrop. Y'all know how
You
to
gotta be in the
airdrop?
same room, don't you?
I got it right here in front of me. Do anybody know how to airdrop? Come on, you fake Apple users.
Oh, that's why I didn't get Apple. See, you should have stayed in your own lane.
She said I should have stayed in my own lane. Where the Apple people at? Come on, Apple people, help me out. How do I airdrop from my phone? Tap on the what she says. Okay, what do I do? Says who says? She says tap on the top of the screen. Okay, here's what I'm trying to do, y'all. I'm trying to AirDrop from my phone to my computer, to my Apple laptop, my Apple Air, MacBook Air. So what do I need to do, guys? It's sending. I heard it go. Now where I find it at? Do I go in here? Ah,
I don't know why y'all get that stuff.
I think there it is. I found it. I found it.
And just let me know when you're recording.
I'm ready.
All right, cool. So can I just have you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Sylvia Tumasimi.
Can y'all hear me?
Spelled Tumusime.
And you are?
I am a supporter of Robert Sylvester Kelly. I also have a YouTube channel. It's called Infamous Sylvia. And we talk about the issues that's going on the case with Robert Sylvester Kelly. As a great amount of supporters. I have over 7,000 followers on that channel.
Great. And you helped organize that rally last week, right?
New York, where myself and another individual named Gucci, we did the actual rally. We organized it.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about like why you felt the need to get out there like in public? You know what I mean? Because like a lot of times people can just be keyboard warriors and stuff like that, you know. So like, why did you feel like your physical presence was needed?
Because I felt that the major media, the main media, was only telling one side of the story, and from our research on our side, there's his side, and his side is not being told at all. So we wanted to get out there and let the world know that he is innocent until proven guilty. That is law, and he's being perceived as guilty in public opinion, and that's not the case.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, especially people who like watch the documentary would just be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you're still supporting him. You know, right? He did all these things. Like, what do you think that they're not seeing that you are, or like, what do you think they're missing?
First of all, he was found innocent in 2008's case. Period. For them to say he did all this, it's allegation. Allegation is not considered a conviction at all. So for them to even say, oh, he did all this, has it been proven that he did it? Or is just accusations?
Yeah, I think the argument would be that like there's so many allegations, right? Like, are there some that you think are just like kind of bunk, or some that you think like have like holes in them?
There's a lot that has holes in them. If you know, well, it was said at the during the recording, I mean, the viewing and the showing of the surviving R. Kelly, that the producers found some of the individuals, accusers, were lying. And they said it would cost them too much money for them to stop production, so they went on with the lies. Even in the interview with Dr. Phil saw holes in their story, and he refused to air it because he said that they were lying.
Have you, in your personal life, taken heat for supporting him?
Absolutely. I've taken heat from all sides. There have been individuals who is on the other side who contact my job because they found out I work for the government, and they wanted my job to fire me. And because I'm supporting someone that they call a certain word, which I will not repeat, which is unfair to me. I have a right as a United States citizen to be on whose side that I want to be. It's my right.
That's crazy. It's not like it's like your job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my job has nothing to do with it, but they felt the need that, oh, you supporting this person and you taking care of kids and all that. Because my profession, I am a provider for kids with disability. And so that's my personal side business. And they were like, oh, how could you support this? And how could you? I guarantee you, as a foster parent, you probably don't believe your child. If they ever come to you, say this and all that. But that's not the case here.
Yeah. It's like when people start calling out people's job, it's like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
So I imagine, how old are you?
I'm 54 years old.
Cool. So have you been like a lifelong R. Kelly fan?
I have been, well, I did not start out as an R. Kelly fan. The only song I really know from R. Kelly is I Believe I Could Fly, right? But when I started seeing the stuff and hearing the things in the case and started investigating, researching myself, I was like, wow, this man is being railroaded and he's not given a fair chance. And when he tried to explain himself, everybody think he's an angry black man, and that's not right.
Oh, that's right. So you weren't even like a huge, because a lot of times it starts with like somebody's an R. Kelly fan and then they're facing all these allegations. And like, no, I'm like a big R. Kelly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you weren't even that big of a fan.
No. I mean, I like gospel music and things like that. And a couple of songs I've recently learned that he's the one who wrote the song. I was like, wow, he is awesome. I like I said, the only song I really, really knew about was I Believe I Could Fly. That's the only song I know. But as a person, I've heard stories and things like that, but I don't pay attention to that. You know what I mean? So when I got involved in supporting him and researching and finding all this out, and I was like, wow, this man is being railroaded. He wants his master's. Now he's not. All this allegation all of a sudden comes up. Out of all these years, why didn't they try to get him then? That's my question.
So just to clear up the timeline, was this like during like that initial 08 trial that you first started like getting invested and interested in researching?
No, just recently, and since the Surviving R. Kelly, which I did not watch the whole documentary. I only watched the first part because I felt it was nonsense, and some of the so-called accusers looked like they were actresses, fake crying and things like that. And then when I started researching individuals after I saw their name, and I was like, whoa, this person was there at that time. And wait, this doesn't seem correct here. This doesn't fit the story. This is not, nope.
Yeah. So about that. So when I remember when that documentary first came out, there were like a lot of supporters of R. Kelly, defending him online, and just like being like, listen, here's the stuff, here's the facts, and like sharing memes and all that stuff. And you saw that sort of like come up again, like in 2019, right, when the federal indictments for this came in. And so I was curious about like looking at what that looks like now as the trial is supposed to start. I expected to find so much more R. Kelly support online, but I got to be honest, like I haven't seen as much as I expected.
Well, have you been looking at YouTube? Because it seems like when we speak, people, the major media has the big platform, and there are several small R. Kelly supporting YouTube channels. There's people on Twitter that's pushing out their information, but it seems that our stuff gets pushed down, and Google and whoever controls those type of media, social media, they do not allow our things to be shown. But every time they go to court, anything negative that the news people put out, you hear it all over the place. But I went to every single court hearing, and what the news media put out is not actually everything that was said at the court. They only put the negative things out. They don't put the positive things of the things that the judge say this is given and that's given. No, they only put out what is negative, and that's unfair. And I don't believe he's going to get a fair trial because so much negativity is being spewed out there and nothing positive is being given because the mainstream media is the one who's controlling it.
So what sort of positive things?
Okay, like for example, when the judge an approval for him to get the I I just gave it like even when he was given the approval for them not to, the extended time frame for him to have his lawyers to get information, and when he put out for the his attorneys to be fired, they said the attorneys quit. I mean, everything is like the story changed around when the media put it in. It's not exactly the way it is.
Well, I was just curious. I mean, like, I think, have you found like more like, you said that like there's been like small pockets, right? Like the sort of like algorithm where it like pushes like articles support down.
Mm-hmm.
And so have you found sort of like your team, like, has there been like growing support? Like, have you like seen your like YouTube numbers say like rise?
Yep, my new YouTube number has rise. When I first started out on YouTube, I had like about 3,000. I have over 7,000 subscribers now, and whenever I'm doing anything on R. Kelly's case, there's a lot of people who views it. When I do something that's like cooking something, and I don't get too much views, so it shows that the need and the desire of wanting to hear more about R. Kelly is more with the views that I have. The views that I have is more for that. And then the other thing I want to mention too, like in the news, the 3,500 material, right? When I went to court in Chicago, the prosecutors did not even provide all that information to them. And but the news did not report that they did not have all the information. I just believe everything is just one-sided.
I know. Well, what are you hoping is the result of the case? I know that you said that you said you don't think it's going to get a fair trial. There's a couple of different like legal pockets I've been looking at. I think like the RICO aspect of it.
Yeah, let's talk about the RICO now. Yeah. Tell me. Me being from New York, I'm originally from New York, and when John Gotti had his case, there wasn't just one person that was charged with the RICO. It was a lot of them that was charged with the RICO charge. But with this case, only Robert Sylvester Kelly is charged. Everybody else is getting immunity. And then you have someone like Demetrius Smith, who's a known liar, who's a convict, and he gets immunity. And he's the one who was doing half of the crap that was going on in stealing the money from Robert Sylvester Kelly and all this kind of stuff. So why is it he gets immunity? And then you have the lady, Lisa Van Allen. She was found not credible in the last case. Why is she getting immunity? It's like, it's crazy. And then you have that reporter, Jim Derogatis. He has this big vendetta against Robert Sylvester Kelly. And every time turn around, it's him. He's friends with one of the accusers, and he wrote something in her book. I mean, it's all, everybody has books. Everybody has a story, and he's not being able to tell his story.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say the RICO stuff sort of reminds me of, I was working on this piece. So California has these like gang enhancement laws, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that if you're deemed to be part of what like a gang means, right? What like an enterprise means, right? So this rapper was like, just rapping like that, his like crew or whatever, and somebody like in this part of the crew committed a crime, and then now all of a sudden like the rapper who had nothing to do with that is all of a sudden like the gang leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just this weird sticky thing about like, how do you prove like an enterprise? I don't know. It's weird thing.
Well, they're claiming that his driver is a manager and this and that, but I don't see any of them being part of the case. I don't see any of them being arrested. So how is it that he's the only one that's being given the indictment and charges and things like that when supposedly all these people took part of it?
Mm-hmm. I guess has none of the evidence presented been like, if not convincing, been like at least like, oh, that doesn't look good for Robert. You know what I mean? Like,
as far as what?
as far as like any of the allegations of like the abuse and like the sex trafficking and all that, and like the um, relationship with like underage minors, or whatever, like has none of the evidence been presented?
Okay.
Ever, like,
But here's my problem with all of this, okay? They're saying that supposedly he's been with underage, whatever, minor or whatever. But it is a known fact that one, two, not two, but three or four of them have given fake ID. One went to the courthouse where the case was a child pornography case, and she was able to go into the courtroom with a fake ID. If the courtroom guards and people like that were not able to decipher that was a fake ID, how in the world are you going to say that Robert Sylvester Kelly is able to decipher that? Now, every single one of them mentioned that he asked for ID. Now, if it's not for protection of himself, then what is it? If he's asking you for IDs, make sure that you're legal and you provide fake ID. How is he supposed to know? You tell me.
yeah, it's like going to the bar with a fake ID. Charging the bar, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But if somebody who's in authority, who's supposed to know how to decipher fake ID, allowed her to get inside the courtroom with that ID, and then you have someone who's a layman, like, a regular person like Mr. Kelly, they can't decipher it. How is he supposed to decipher that that's a fake ID? And then her story is right before they had sex, she showed the ID. Okay, yeah, right. I have some swampland I want to sell you in Florida. Okay?
Who are you talking about specifically here?
I'm talking about Geronda Pace. That's the one I'm talking about. And it was on Surviving R. Kelly. This is what she said. And she's written 2 books. Everybody has some sort of book deal. Everybody. Off of this man's back. I have a problem with that. And then not one police report. Okay, and then they say, okay, they had Stockholm syndrome and they couldn't do this. This is how somebody reacts when they are dealing with that. Everybody deals differently with being traumatized and all that. Okay, we understand that. I will give them that. But what about those supposedly parents? They were traumatized too? They couldn't call the police and do a police report for their child? Now, Epstein's story, the mother went to the police station and did a report. Why none of the parents Tell me.
I think I imagine this person seems like you will be nice. That like it says like I don't want to know.
Okay, now here's the other thing too. There is an attorney, Gerald Grigg, who is supposedly attorney for majority of the accusers, right?
Not the interview, you, Sylvia.
Had to change the narrative.
I
Everyone
can't.
was
Hold on.
underage. So
Listen,
they had to come and create some sort of
You.
a story type of thing for them to even come after Mr. Sylvester Kelly. So tell me, if it's not a plot, then what is it? I believe that they're using the same tactic that they did before with an individual. They feel that feel that individual is guilty, and they're going to find some way to try to get justice in some way, even if they have to break the law to do so. So break the law to get some evidence on the person. Lie and tell them you're a certain age so you can get in and be that mold.
okay. Spitting fire. Listen, if I mute, it gets muted.
No, not you, but I'm talking about you.
I have a
We hear you
headphone.
yarning.
I'm sorry.
I'm all into the doggone interview. Let's get back to the interview. Bye.
I'm sorry. Okay, let me see if I can share it. Hold on. Let's see. Share it. Sorry, guys. I didn't know I was yawning. Hold on, share. Okay, here we go.
Inside. This is what I believe, and I'm not wrong in that at all, because
Can y'all hear it?
Yeah, not a great guy.
Turn it up some. I don't hear anything.
so
Okay,
why is
see, I
not
can't
they're-
mute
They're
then.
not uproar about that.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't.
talk about that in the
Dude, I don't want the theme muted. I just want you to be away from the microphone.
Okay.
Not the thing.
I'm just asking that question here.
Okay, you got to rewind it now.
I believe it's a public mob lynching on this man.
Okay,
That's
ma'am.
it.
Hold on, you can
And
rewind
they're
it.
not giving him a chance. They're tainting the public's mind. This one called the police. And that's the one I'm talking about. And it was on Surviving R. Kelly. This is what this is what she said. And she's written 2 books. Everybody has some sort of book deal. Everybody. Off of this man's back. I have a problem with that. And then not one police report. Okay, and then they say, okay, they had Stockholm syndrome and they couldn't do this. This is how somebody reacts when they are dealing with that. Everybody deals differently with being traumatized and all that. Okay, we understand that. I will give them that. But what about those supposedly parents? They were traumatized too? They couldn't call the police and do a police report for their child? Now, Epstein's story, the mother went to the police station and did a report. Why none of the parents on this one called the police? Tell me.
I don't know. I mean, I think I imagine that there's some sort of like willful ignorance there, right? So like it's a sort of like I don't want to know.
Okay, now here's the other thing too. There is an attorney, Gerald Grigg, who is supposedly the attorney for majority of the accusers, right? He went on a church platform, and there's a couple of YouTubers. You guys need to go into the YouTube's world, and there's a couple of people who has those clipping, and I'm going to give you the names of the YouTubers you need to look at. But he goes on the platform and said that they had to change the narrative. Everyone was of age, so they had to come and create some sort of a story type of thing for them to even come after Mr. Sylvester Kelly. So tell me, if it's not a plot, then what is it? I believe that they're using the same tactic that they did before with an individual they feel that they they feel that individual is guilty, and they're gonna find a way, some way to try to get justice in some way, even if they have to break the law to do so. So break the law to get some evidence on the person. Lie and tell them you're a certain age so you can get in and be that mold inside. This is what I believe, and I'm not wrong in that at all, because their lies. I mean, it's proven that they gave these fake IDs. Even the story that you get a tape from Michael Avenatti, a convicted felon now. How? And he says 90% of the stuff he says is bull. But he's the one who provided the tape.
Mhm. Yeah, not a great guy, that dude.
I'm very passionate about this because I've done the research. I've seen things. I've seen managers opening up account that this man knows nothing about. It's just a lot. It's a lot. And when someone does not do the research and just go by what the main media says, I have a problem with that.
Mhm.
Do the research. That's all I say. Do the research.
Yeah. Do you it's
Okay, now I got a question to ask you.
Yep.
Now they talk about he married someone, Aaliyah, at 15 and things like that. Didn't Elvis marry Priscilla at what age? Wasn't she 14?
16. Yeah. But
14?
She was underage.
Yeah, she was on. So why is not that? There's not uproar about that.
Yeah. I mean, they do talk about that in the documentary.
Yeah, but did they do a documentary on Elvis?
Yeah.
I'm just asking that question here. I believe it's a public mob lynching on this man. That's it. And they're not giving him a chance. They're tainting the public's mind, and they have put out a documentary which they never vetted the individual, never find out if these people are lying or not. They're just giving stories. How is it that a prosecutor could do a call to bring in a victim and before a person is even in charge? That doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. Do you not give any credence to the fact that like these women, you know, he's had his supporters all these years, and I think one of the common things that people say is that none of these women were listened to because they're Black women.
None of them were listened to because they're Black women. That's a cop-out. That's not true. That is not true.
Do you think so? I asked you this before about like if you've taken any heat for your support. Do you think there are people who agree with you but just like aren't as vocal about it?
Okay, I had an individual in my chat yesterday. A very profound young man. I wish you could talk to him. I really would like you to talk to him because he is extremely intelligent, and he can give you some insight of how he sees everything. And I'm gonna give you his name afterwards, but he's a teacher, he's an educator, and he said that he can only talk about his support for Robert Sylvester Kelly with his supporters like us or his mother. At work, he can't do that because he's a teacher. So if he tells his faculties that, oh, I'm supporting Robert Sylvester Kelly, he could lose his job. That type of things. You gotta be quiet in your support, because if you say something, everybody look at you like, oh my God, how could you?
I wonder when. I guess I'd like to ask him like when, like that happened, because I feel like if you were a vocal art, like you had famous people working with R. Kelly as recently as 2012, 2013, right? And I'm wondering when that sort of like turn happened. Because I think to this day you still go to weddings and you hear like the ignition mix whenever nobody bats an eye. So I'm curious when you know what I'm trying to say. Like I'm kind of curious about when that switch happened, where people all of a sudden felt like defensive about talking to it, or protective rather.
We know what it is. That Me Too movement and how they said mute R. Kelly. How can, I mean, his rights were being violated. He can't even make a living because you're muting him. And that's the way he makes his money. The our amendment tells us you cannot do that.
And we
You can't stop a person from making a living.
You arresting parents too.
I believe that me.
Sorry.
No. They mute him. You go to the restaurant in the beginning when the first that Surviving R. Kelly first came about. Every time someone played it, they would like tell them to turn it off. And I went to a club one time. They said, "Oh, turn that music off." I'm like, "Wait a minute! I want to listen to it. I have a right to listen to this music. If you don't want to listen to it, this is a public area. You go home. You know, why do I have to go home and listen to that music? And you could listen to it whatever you want to listen to. That's not right. What makes your rights override my rights?"
Yeah, or maybe just like your tastes, right?
Exactly.
I think that covers all of my questions. Is there anything super important or interesting that we haven't hit on yet? I know you got to get out of here, so I want to make sure you have enough time.
Well, I believe that it's to me, it's like a takedown of all these different men of power, right? Men that has influence on community and like even with Bill Cosby, okay? They still have this stigma against him. Michael Jackson's dead and gone, and they still have that. He was found innocent. But it seems like as soon they want to taint every single Black powerful male for some strange reason. And when a white man, and I'm making it black and white here, when a white male do something, and I brought it back to Elvis and all those other individuals who has done something, their name has never been tainted. Their legacy has never been tainted. Why are they doing that to these powerful Black men?
The idea that Mick Jagger has never had sex with a 16-year-old is, you know what I mean? It's like, are you kidding me?
But have you heard him being tainted? Yeah. Mick Jagger's still living on and having his good time. But they don't do that. Let it be a Black man say, okay, let me get my master's, or let me buy NBC News, let me do this. Then that's when all hell breaks loose because they do not want them in a powerful position.
When you say that they don't want
mainstream media, the power, the ones who have the power, the one who control the entertainment industry. That's who they I'm talking about. The powerful individual who controls all the finance. They don't want the Bill Cosby, the R. Kellys to get as powerful financially as them.
All right, well, I want to get you out here really quick, but so we just sort of take demographic data of everybody we talk to. This is just for our personal books. So I'm just going to ask you a couple of different questions. Feel free to pass on any ones you don't feel like answering.
Okay.
Where are we speaking to you from? You said you're in Atlanta, right?
I'm in Georgia, yes.
And then is that where you normally live?
I live in Georgia now, but I'm from New York originally.
What part of New York?
Brooklyn.
Oh, I was born and raised in like Southbrook, so like where like Flatbush.
Oh, Flatbush, okay. See, I was raised in Queens, and then later on I moved to Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. And then so how do you identify by gender?
Female.
How do you identify by race or ethnicity?
Well, I am African American, but I have Hispanic background.
And then how old are you? You said you were 55?
54. Hey, watch it with that 55.
Okay, cool. You can stop recording.
That was it. Spitting fire.
I'm here.
That was it.
All righty then. All righty. All righty.
That was it. Oh, so he heard it on the radio itself, or he heard it from this?
I don't know. He didn't say. He just let me know he heard it, and he felt he just said he was proud. That's it.
Tell him thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So That's what he said, and uh, that's what matters. If he heard it on the radio, then that means that what they played it. I want to know, did Dream Hampton them hear your response?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a
Oh,
good
that would have been
question.
so lovely.
But you
Ooh.
know they're lurking in these pages. You know that, right? Any
Oh
page that
yeah, I just
starts.
told them. I just told them. She said, "Well, we're going to be watching social media." Oh yeah, you need to be watching. You need to be.
And that's what, Spin Five. Can you please explain to them what I mean when I task them to hit the likes? Could you explain to them how the system works in YouTube and how they push certain things out based on the
Algorithms.
yeah, please.
When you push the like button, okay, that means that the video is people like the video. And when people like the video, that means it goes and shares through the algorithm to let everyone know that this video goes into multiple parts of the algorithm. So that means people like this video so much that they will push it through the algorithm. Like, oh, this video is a hot commodity. This is what we have, or what we call like trending. You
Mhm.
know, this is why music trends. Like Lizzo and Cardi B, right? They just got a new song out, and it says now trending on YouTube. Well, because it's viewed by millions, so viewership, and then people pushing likes makes that algorithm go up and up and up and up and up. And so then when you people like you and me and cross different many sectors, they're going to see that. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
it's people like me who is not um sharing or subscribe to other parts of the internet, and so are you. But because this is so popular throughout the internet, everyone throughout the internet is going to be requested to view it, and it's going to be posted more through the main sector, which is YouTube. So
Mhm.
if you push the like button, the more you push the like button, the more people can hear our message and what we put out here. So it's not about personal things. You don't get paid for hitting likes. What it
Mm-mm.
is it pushes your video through the algorithm, so more and more people that not subscribe to you can see that this channel is live, and to actually push that button when they see that little live mark or whatever, and then they want to come in and see what the message is. If you do not push the like button, it defeats the purpose of us trying to spread the message about Robert Sylvester Kelly.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? And the thing of it is that we as people should know this. Everything is not about a personal gain. There are people, guys, who literally put their money out here, traveled, took off work to go to protests, to court dates, and things like that. So hitting the like button, it doesn't cost anything. And especially if it's a channel you like. If it's a channel you frequent mostly, and you like the message that she's pushing out here, and R. Kelly is going to court tomorrow. Okay, so it's important now to go back and hit all those like buttons for every platform that's speaking really good on R. Kelly, so you can push those videos through the algorithm, so more and more people can look at our videos, from Infamous Sylvia's, from anybody who's speaking good on R. Kelly. You can go and select the videos you like. So say, for instance, if Sylvia has a whole, when you go on her channel, you push videos, you see a whole page, right, with all her past videos, and you see her talking about R. Kelly and information, and read emotions and things like that. Well, when you go back and push that, if you go back and push those like buttons, that's going to push that video through the algorithms.
Mhm.
Even with us, that's going to push our videos through the algorithms. So no matter how much they try to shadow ban, you're not going to be able to do that, because it's going to get pushed so much. So if you got 100 people that's in your bushes or whatever, even though they don't have to be seen or viewed in the chat, they can still have the opportunity to push the like button, to push this video through the algorithm, to let people know that, hey, this is how you get the message across. Another way of getting it across is sharing. This is
Mhm.
the time to share like you never shared before. I don't mean just sharing on your social medias and stuff like that. I mean sharing in your text message, sharing in your Facebook, share on your Instagram, share on your Twitter, your TikTok, even if it's clips of things that you like, share.
Even
So-
emailing it to people.
Yes, email it to people, share it. You know what I mean? Because now the trial starts in the morning. There's no, if you're going to be sleepless, you might as well be doing your duties as a subscriber. And that's why every video that you see channels do, they say, please like, share, and subscribe, because all those pushes the algorithm through. You know what I mean? To push that video through. You know what I mean? So like when you go down, you go on your channel, and you go on the main feed, it says all, like, and some other stuff. Well, when you push the live button, it shows you all the videos that are now live or were live within the last few hours. If you push that that like button, it shows all our videos about R. Kelly more through those algorithms. So people who got millions of subscribers see it. People who got a lot of thousands of, it is because you need to get the message out here. I just don't understand why we are the hardest to get to do right. I just don't get it. I just do not get it. I don't. But that's why.
But you also notice how he mentioned when he took a look, he didn't see too much support for R. Kelly. He didn't see it on social media. Before it was all over the place. Now, so he doesn't see it.
Because nobody is pushing likes like that. Nobody's pushing, sharing these videos through the algorithm. And if you're not sharing it, they won't see a lot of it. That's why they have to search and find out who we are. And it's sad that we had to do, you guys have to put a rally together for people, even if it's 5 or 6 people out there, for somebody to know, okay, there are people who do support him. And so we need to find out who these people are. And if you don't push your videos, you guys claim that you like them, but if you don't push our videos through the algorithm, they're not going to know if there's people out here. You know,
still think that there's nobody supporting him.
They're going to think nobody's supporting them. So it's not, you know, and then the thing of it is people say, oh, you like it and you doing it for likes and you doing it for this. This is what they mean, because you doing it to push your video through the algorithm. Well, who doesn't want their videos pushed through the streets when we talking about R. Kelly and we trying to get the message out here? Like, I never understood that. You know, I never understood that concept. I never understood none of it. You know what I mean? So it's just Donald on me. You know, I just never was pocket watching like that. I guess I don't really care, but that's what that is. So that's where the subs have the most power. They push things through the algorithm. You guys got the power to get the message out. We put the message out, but you got the power to spread it through these internets. Like 100 people can do damage. If you got 100 people in your chat, they can do damage in these YouTube streets. In other words, you can get the message out here. You can share the link in all these channels y'all go on. Share that shit. Just like how we went on Fox Soul and we showed up and showed out in support of R. Kelly. This is the time for y'all to show up and show out for R. Kelly. Put all your favorite videos that we did over the last 2.5 years and flood these damn internets. Go back and push like, share, flood them, share the link, do it multiple times a day. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be like, wow. And then people will talk about it. But you notice that they're going to share because we going up against mainstream and we're going up against the people who are for these movements, and there's a lot of them on these internet streets and everything. These content creators, these are all Me Too times up people, and so they got their people in play. They understand. You understand what I'm saying? They understand togetherness. We don't get that. We fight. We tear each other down. We don't get it, but they get it. They fight too, but they still do what they supposed to do. Like I can do a video and I can get thumbs down. You know what I mean? I can about know who that is, but I can get thumbs down. But if I'm talking about some of R. Kelly and they really wanted, they will thumb me down. Like they'll go over there and tell them people, hey, she on, let's thumb her down. And they'll do it because they showing togetherness, even if because they want to stop my message. They want to stop my message, and that's their job. But our job is to spread the message. So it's not about who you like. It's not about who you personally like. If they're saying what they need to say in terms for Robert Sylvester Kelly, then you need to share the like. But you got to watch those other ones, like, other people or whatever. But you know what? I want to say something to you when you get off the phone.
Okay.
I mean, whenever we get off, I got just 5 minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what that is. It just, now is the time because the trial finna start the next month. So you got to get this out here. This is where we can't do it all. You know what I mean? This is why it's thousands of y'all and one of us, because you can spread that shit, like spread it all in overseas. You can spread it. You guys can do that major damage, just like y'all did major damage on Fox Soul that night. Didn't they do some damage?
They rocked.
Woo!
They rocked.
Y'all rock. Man, they was so damn mad. She had to say something, didn't she?
She sure did. She said there's some R. Kelly supporters in here.
And then when they went out, they filtered that. You seen that? They filtered. Ooh, we should.
But did you hear what Dream Hampton said? That Robert's music has been streaming more than before.
Yeah, it has.
Yep, more.
It has. You can't deny that. You can't deny it. And she should have checked them people.
Yeah, but she's still trying to carry on with her story too now.
Got to. Shit, that's a damn lawsuit. Shit, she got the lot to that. She got to take that to her damn grave. And she praying. She ain't praying he go to jail because he guilty or she think he guilty. She praying he go to jail because she know that he gonna come after that ass if he ain't.
Yeah.
And she's scared about it. She's scared. So
there's a lot of them scared now.
Well, they started it. So, you know what I'm saying? Let them finish it. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't. I would love for the prosecutor to try to tell the judge, ask the judge not to bring up herpes. You brought up herpes. That's one of your charges is herpes. You know what I mean? And Geronda pregnant. And y'all seen that response last night where I read it.
I read it too.
So it is what it is. It's just, but y'all will see. We'll see. I'm praying for Rob though. I really am. I try to keep it with the law to not get too connected. You know what I mean? It's hard, but I'm praying for him. I really am. I really am. I'm really praying for this man more than anything. I felt even more bad because when we first started our channel, I wasn't speaking about Bill Cosby like I should, because I really thought that he was going to beat it again. Like I really had that attitude, or he'll beat it. And I did not, when he said convicted, I was so disgusted. That was my heartbreak. And that's so now I kind of go harder for R. Kelly because I wish I would have did it for Bill, and I didn't. But I knew it would be overturned, and it was. So I am definitely praying for R. Kelly and everything. And I know that I've always said that I follow the law in this case or whatever, and I really do. And I've met so many R. Kelly supporters and fans, and I can tell you I'm not an R. Kelly fan, but I've met so many supporters and fans who actually rock with Spitting Fire and support Spitting Fire because I see the injustice in this. So I want everyone to know, regardless of what happened, I did all I can do as a content creator to put out all the information logically, with common sense, and with the law as I possibly can, because I know that this man has a lot of fans and a lot of supporters. And I know that, you know what I'm saying? This is devastating to watch, to see this man go through what he's going through. So, um, we did what we could do, and now we got to put it in God's hands, and we're going to continue to work as we do it. But you guys, now you got to show up and show out. And if you don't share, if you don't like, if you don't do that and make it your duty now to do that, then we did all we could do at this point, you know.
Yeah.
So thank you, Sylvia. Ooh, it was good talking to you. Listen to your interview again. I enjoyed that interview. That's why I told you to be quiet. Stop yarning.
See, let me tell you, y'all, I just want to give y'all something. Before I got on my interview, the night before, Spitting Fire sent me a text and she told me where to concentrate on. And so I do give you credit for popping in and giving me the notation, and I try to keep it in my head when I try to put everything, because you said stay with the law. You said stick with the law, stick with the law, stick with the law. And I was trying to stick with the law but give an example of what was
You
happening to
did
him.
fine.
Yeah.
You did good. Because what happened is there was some others who are Kelly supporters, and they went on other platforms talking,
Hmm.
and it was on strictly emotion,
Hmm.
and they sounded so, put it this way, it wasn't how they didn't get their point across. I'm just gonna say it that way. They didn't
Hmm.
get their point across. And when you stick with the law, you get your point across,
Hmm.
because the man is battling the law right now. Not how we personally feel, not how it is. You gotta keep it about the law.
Hmm.
And this is what I was even telling the other side, the ones who didn't think he guilty. You still want them to follow the law. People are so angry that they don't care if they break the law to get them. You didn't set us back hundreds of years. All these girls are alive. He didn't kill nobody.
Exactly. Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Even in the
Exactly.
midst of, he did not kill anyone. Everyone is alive. So stop with all of that and think about what it is that you're doing. And a lot of it, they forget that. And most men, I've never seen most men talk about he guilty, he this. Most men are jealous.
Hmm.
They're jealous. I've never seen jealousy to this extent in all my day, to the point where they want this man to fall because
Yeah.
women like him.
But my thing is, why so much hatred for this man? I mean, how do you wish somebody that did nothing to you personally, nothing to you, that you will wish so much evil and death and negativity on the man?
Well, because one thing about men in its nature, if you are a heterosexual man and, like R. Kelly or some of the others, women, a lot of men do things for women.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
R. Kelly walks in a room and he gravitates to women.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I say I advocate for men and stuff like that, because he grabs a lot of women. If you really look at it, the most of R. Kelly fan base is women.
Women.
And the
Women.
ones who are men are comfortable with themselves. But the ones who are insecure are the
Haters.
ones who hate them. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times they say, well, if it was my daughter, well, a lot of times when people tell me that, well, I don't want it to be my daughter and my underage daughter. Well, first of all, here's the thing. Okay.
Mm.
I just tell them that I'm like, okay, first of all, there's no underage, nothing. And second of all, if we're going to go there and let's say he's guilty of that, you mean to tell me you would allow your daughter to do it then? You
Mm.
know what I mean? Like, we're talking about the parents here. So that means you won't have no control over your underage daughter. Oh, well, they can be defiant. Yes, they can. But if they is defiant and they are not doing what they supposed to do, and they was a victim, does that stop you from going to the police?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh, go ahead. Spin. I was going to say something
Go
before.
ahead before you forget.
I was going to say, exactly about the parents thing, because people's like, oh, why are you saying the parents, and then you're saying he's guilty? No, no, no. I'm saying that I remember when I was younger, there was a little commercial used to come on at 9 o'clock every night. It is 9 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Yeah.
Every night that used to come on. That means as parents, we are responsible for knowing where our children are.
I-
Meaning,
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
meaning that we are stewards of our children. We should be raising them in a way that they should be taught when there's something in harm's way, that they would avoid it, and you should know where your kid is at all times, especially if they're under 18, because you're responsible for them.
Absolutely. You know, the thing of it is this. So people, when they say, or if we say we're the parents, that means he's did it. That's not what we're saying. If
Mm-mm.
you're accusing him of doing it, and what we're saying is, okay, let's say, for instance, he did do it, then why don't you know where they are, and why did you take them to him? You
And
understand what I'm saying? And
yes,
you knew where they were. They were with
yes,
him. So, because you knew that your child was with this man and you failed to do anything about it, then you need to be a co-defendant in this. If we're going to protect children, we got to protect them at all costs. Like Blockbender, shout out to the Blockbender again.
shout out.
If you go over there and watches him, a lot of times people, he don't get the views because, for one, he ain't there consistent, like I told him, but two, because his stuff is conservative, it's not ratchet. But if you really take the time to listen to what he's saying in his interviews or his videos, what he said today, there was a video that he did about a mother whose daughter was 12 years old and had a baby by a guy that was an adult, okay? And the mother threw the 12-year-old daughter, who was pregnant, a baby shower. And so when the girl went into labor to have her baby, the doctor said this was rape, okay? And because she was so young having the baby, that they arrested the mother too, because you knew that your daughter was engaging with this man. You get what I'm saying? So if you know these things, he's arrested and the mother was arrested too. Spitting fire, not to toot my own horn, but when I first came out on these YouTube streets, nobody was talking about these parents.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or injustice. And that's why I said I'm going to stick with the law with this. That's why I said I'm not interviewing no people that's supposed to be knowing him and getting off into all of that. I'm sticking strictly with the law and go talk about it, because these are issues in our legal system that we need to tackle, not just for R. Kelly, but the next man. You know what I'm saying? So you guys, it's not just R. Kelly, but your loved ones are in trouble. They're in trouble. And so the parents need to be co-defendants. Like I did a video a couple times last week, and I kept showing the clip about Angelo Cleary and Gayle King. And I kept showing that clip because she said that they had to knock on doors to find out where their daughters was at with R. Kelly. Then they said, well, she told us this was my opportunity. Then they was like, okay. So after not knowing where she was, to having to knock on doors to see where she at or whatever, you didn't think that was inappropriate enough at that point to say, no, I don't care if this is your big opportunity. The way this is handled or being done is not right. And you coming home right now. But that's not what they said. Instead, they tried to work with R. Kelly to do some business. So that is a problem. That is a problem. And then she was on Presidents and she said, don't paint no picture like you ain't know where I was. Don't paint no picture like you ain't talked to me. But that's exactly what they did. And once she said that statement in that video, that further goes to what he said about what kind of parents will sell their daughter to a man. Now, as far as I'm concerned, if he did purchase them, they told us, well, he bought them, but look where they living at. He bought them and put them in a penthouse. Let's not act like, you know what I'm saying? 3 months till she was 18, supposedly. So this was post-graduation. Because a lot of laws, they would literally just drop it if it's 17 years and 9 months. You know what I mean? Post-graduation. I've seen that happen. You know what I mean? But we're not going to make a big deal over 90 days. So if 90 days and she still was 17, if that was the case, You should have held on to your stance and said, no, you're going to be 18 in 90 days so you can go do what you want to do then. Until then, you got to wait till 90 days. If he really wants you to sing, he'll wait 90 days, get his contact information. But until then, you got 90 motherfucking days. And but that's what the mother should have said. But she said, well, we were scared that she was going to kill herself again. Okay, well, even if that was the case again, how are you going to now hold him responsible for that? Because she did not try to kill herself over R. Kelly. She tried to kill herself over somebody that was her age, and everybody's making a big deal about him being an older man, but she never tried to kill herself over him. Let's keep this shit above. And we can't act like 16 to 17-year-olds are not having sex. She tried to kill herself with somebody that was her age. I'm sure they were having sex at that point. At that point, when she tried to kill herself, she ain't a virgin who's trying to kill herself and ain't never had none. That's just not true. That's not this whole system. R. Kelly, the law, the supporters for the naysayers, all the cons, all of these people are hypocrites. They're hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? They are strictly hypocrites. Because I had someone over that's supposed to be neutral that told me, well, even if she was 18, she's still too young. But then you got an infomercial that used to come on at night talking about some call me now. We are 1-800, we are 18. Okay. Nobody is positioning that shit to get off the damn screen.
I wanted to bring up something too. All right. There was a guy that was on my channel back in December 2020, right? A guy named Brent. He's out in UK. And he was talking about Hugh Hefner and saying that Hugh Hefner never had any underage girls in his mansion. Now, isn't Bill Cosby being charged for a 15-year-old that was at Hugh Hefner's mansion?
I just spoke on that the other night. You know what I'm saying? Like, why were you at the Playboy Mansion? Like, here's the thing. Here is the thing. And this is what I tell my daughter. Okay? You don't do this and don't do that. I mean, she's going to have she had her own hiccups. But here is the thing. We teach kids not to talk to strangers, not because it's not going to be the stranger's fault if they kidnap them. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's because we want to teach you to be able to survive out here in the world, and we teach you while you're young.
So you always remember. It stays with you. So you
will always remember, and we embed that in you because we let you know that there are bad people in the world. Mm-hmm. And if you don't talk to a stranger that you don't know, okay, then they know that kid is structured and grounded at home. You don't take candy from a stranger. You don't do this and you don't do that and all these things. Now it's about being a victim. You know, we used to teach empowerment, but now it's about being a victim. That's not empowering. That's not telling your story. They hide behind this narrative. Well, it's her story. That's not your story. If you are a victim and you're supposed to be a survivor, then if you still dwelling on something that happened to you 50 years ago or whatever, you're not a victim. You're not a survivor. You're still a victim. He still won. Whoever victimized you still won because you haven't took back your own power to decipher who is telling the truth and who is not. Why would you want to be a victim and let someone who's really not a victim steal your narrative to be compensated? Yeah. That's not a victim. That's prostitution.
Yeah. And all they talk about now is restitution. Trial hasn't even come up, and they stream hands to talk about restitution.
Yes.
It's all about money.
It's all about money. They want his estate. They want to drain him dry. Mm-hmm. And that is the issue. You understand? It's all about money.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they had to do, they had to push this narrative about Me Too times up. This is where you subs come in to share and push those like buttons like never before the next 40 days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know,
Yep. And
write your
finally,
reporters and tell them you want to hear another side of the story. Why is it that all the time we hear in the articles that is they say well victim shaming? Well, how you know that they're victims? You haven't heard a side of the story. We don't like this type of media. Tell them you don't like it. It used to be a time we did used to listen to both sides. We want you guys to listen to people or interview people who are supporters of R. Kelly, because we tired of hearing about these so-called victims. If you tell them that, and it's a lot of you, they would change it. They would change it. But see, the problem with us is majority of us has never been in this situation, in a support system to where our support have to work. We have to work to get the common support out. We never. The Dream Hamptons, the Mute R. Kellys, they're organizers. They know how to get people like us to side with them.
people like the people that don't have a brain and want to just go with the status quo.
They know how to do it. But the thing what people don't understand, and I said it before, that they have money. See, let me tell you, Kenyette didn't go around to all these different places with her own money. They fund her to fly around.
Sure did.
To spread the message around for this. This is why I say, don't listen to the haters. Support who you know support. Just like when people saying they were mad at other bloggers when they say, send me there. Send your bloggers there. Shit. They got a big mouth. You need them. You know, so it is what it is. But I think it's going to be other people who we like caught up in this. This is just the first, or
it's not just the beginning.
This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. There's others artists out there that we like, and they're going to be going through this too, because they're going to take them down. And I think we, out of anybody, should know, but we're a small sector, and it is what it is. Again, I pray for Robert Sylvester Kelly. I pray for his fan base. I'm a supporter, but I pray for the ones who really like you guys.
Been to concerts.
Yeah,
I've never been to concerts.
I've never been to the concerts. So for those who've been to the concerts, for those who are true fans, I pray for them the most. Because I'm going to tell you this, I stay with the law on this. I've never interviewed anybody that was close to R. Kelly or got down with it because of this very reason, because I wasn't a fan like that. And that will be being
hypocritical. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I never wanted to do that. You know what I mean? I really wanted just to keep my support on the law, and then a little bit on what the alleged victims have said themselves. So I really mostly feel for the people in the chat. I really do. I really do. Because they are fans, they are supporters, and it's going to be bad, you know, if it turns out bad, because you got the other side saying, oh, well, I'm going to be passing out napkins, and they laughing about it. But it's no fun joke, because it's a stain on the entire Black community. You don't understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a stain on everyone, you know. So if they knew any better, if the worst happens, they should be sad as well.
And they need to bring up laws about people lying like this, because this is not fair.
Well, then that's where the subs have to turn into people exercising their constitutional rights and to change these laws. And Black people don't get involved enough to change laws. White people get involved. Black people don't. We are going to hurt the most, but we're only, 13% of the population. But we control the economy. We buy more shit than anybody in the world.
Yep, biggest consumers.
We the biggest consumers. We make it flow. So that being said, flex your powers. Make this be a learning lesson. Don't just go away sad. Get mad and meet up, because it's a lot of y'all in Georgia, a lot of y'all in Baltimore, A lot of y'all in all these type of places, be like, look, I was in the chat too on YouTube. You was too. Yeah, let's meet up at the mall and let's march up to the damn senator's office and let's change these laws. We don't like what went on. And you get your voice heard. You get your voice heard because you got to believe, you got to understand something. Michael Jackson, people wasn't having it. Them people were on it, and majority of them were white. They love some Michael Jackson, honey. They did not shit. Oprah took that off her website, and they took that mess off YouTube, and his estate sued and won $100 million from HBO. Bill Cosby people, they wasn't playing either. His lawyers, they wasn't playing. When he was convicted, he did less than 3 years, and they got that conviction overturned.
Yeah.
So if you don't like your conviction, if you don't like, then now is the time to caucus for Plan B. Don't give up going away crying. Listen to what they do. Watch what they did. And get professional and get to doing it, because I'm telling you. Oh, and let me tell you, there is a firm out there that helped with Bill Cosby called the Bulldogs. Worst case scenario, raise the money and hire them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what it is. And it doesn't matter if you over in the UK, okay, the people over in the UK, you can form rallies over there. Let it be just for a statement, be known around the world that he got some supporters. So there's things to do, but we content creators, we can't do it all. And it is what it is. So thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, chat. I enjoyed you so very much. Hope you guys get some rest. Again, I'll be praying for everyone, praying for myself or whatever. I'm wishing and praying for the best. Okay?
Yes. Guys, I'm going to say good night.
Fire out.
We're going to be ready for tomorrow. We'll be ready for tomorrow. All right. So tomorrow morning. See you guys in the morning. Later.